Hi everyone, let's talk about Oceanos. And I'll just say up front, I really love this game. I've really enjoyed I've not played it that many times yet, it only came out this week in the UK, but I've really enjoyed my time with it so far, and I'm itching to play it at every opportunity. I expect at some point I will be told to stop suggesting this as a game. But let's talk about a few things about it. So first of all, the art, who is by Jeremy Fleury, who works for Yellow and has done Little Red Riding Hood, it says in the manual, and Oceanos. And really looking forward to seeing more from this artist. I think it's really lovely, charming artwork. I love the funny little details about the moustache on the octopus. I can't find the kraken. There we go. The little dummy in the baby kraken's mouth for the first round. There's tons of lovely little touches like that. The pirate hook on the crab. There's loads of little funny little twists on the artwork, and it's a really charming little thing anyway, that all these people are in these submarines, these crazy inventors and exotic explorers and things are down on this undersea adventure, and we get to see it because we've got all of these pieces in front of us. That's another part as well, the presentation of the game. It's an ELO game, and they are known for beautiful presentation, beautiful artwork, which is thanks to Jeremy for this game, but the components, all brilliant quality. The puzzle pieces, some are a little bit tight, but the issue that was in the original edition of the game, the French edition, has been fixed. There was a little tile in mine that fixed one of the green pieces, and it gave a little story explanation that one of the subs wasn't up for going under the sea, so you needed to replace the engine or something. Having the actual components in front of you for upgrading your submarine, actually taking out these jigsaw pieces and seeing your submarine evolve, getting bigger, and you can see on certain things. Something like the diving spaces on my red submarine there, it's got like a nice little grabber for the divers on the front of my sub now. There's loads of nice little touches to see how your sub is evolving as you're upgrading it. So that's all, art and presentation are one thing, but how's the game itself? Well, it's fast for a start. It says 30 minutes on the box. As a two-player game, which is all I've played so far, I'm hoping to bring this to a game night and get it played, but 30 minutes we found probably under that, probably 30 minutes including setting it up, because there's just a little bit of shuffling, get your jigsaw together and maybe make a nice little neat pile of your upgrades, but other than that, it's so fast. The downtime in the game is you making your decision, which I can be a little bit bad for sometimes, of stalling and agonising over things when I'm playing off camera. But the game flies by. The decisions are simple. How everything works is quite simple, but it still really feels like you're making a cool decision. It's which path do you want to go down? And there's different things as well. You can be guaranteed points with the engine of your submarine, just be guaranteed certain amounts of points. The coral is a guaranteed amount of points, but everything is kind of a gamble to a different degree. If you go down the route of seeing a lot of different animals and trying to get points like that, you're going to have to hope that cards come out with the fish on them for a start, and that they aren't the ones you've already got. And with everybody else passing cards around, you might not get the chance to get those different fish. If I see that there's only a couple of types that you need and I've got them in my hand, then I'm definitely going to be playing them or discarding them before handing them over. So, and that works the same way with coral as well. If someone sees that you're going for coral, they're not going to be handing those over to you. But there can be really kind of guaranteed ways of getting points, but there's still a little bit of risk involved. There's luck of the draw, as always, and just drawing cards. But then there are riskier things that can potentially pay off hugely, like treasure chests. Now, treasure chests can just be a pretty safe thing of just put them on the first row, put a diver down if you really want to be absolutely safe, and then you're guaranteed 2, 3 or 4 points. But if you really want to push your luck, and it pays off, of putting a treasure chest down, level 1, 2, 3, maybe even get a double in there if you're extremely lucky, and you can get a diver at the bottom, and one diver is picking up 3, 4 chests at once, and maybe you've put out 2 or 3 divers as well. That can be just huge. And on our first game, Rachel wiped the floor with me with just getting a ridiculous amount of treasure chests and getting those divers picking up those double chests on the same card. And on the other hand, for me, I had gone the same way with divers, but on the last row, it just all went wrong for me. I think I got one card lined up correctly, and then I never drew another treasure chest the whole round. So I had kind of pushed my luck and said, no, I'm not going to put a diver on level 2, and it completely collapsed in on me because I didn't draw those treasure chest cards. Rachel, on the other hand, was okay and completely wiped the floor with me in points. So another thing with the treasure is it's not just luck of the draw in getting the cards and going that route and being able to get all of those divers. There is a bag as well with these random tokens that are worth 2, 3 or 4, so that does add another element of luck to it, and I don't mind that at all. I know some people might find all of these luck things a little bit of a problem. I don't really mind it because for a start it's so quick that if you really get done over by the cards or the drawing from the bag, then you can easily just put it past you and move on to something else, or play again would be my preference. But aside from the game being short, I am just having such a nice time playing, having so much fun just playing these cards and seeing how my little adventure goes, that I don't really mind these bits of luck that are involved in it. I think it all comes together really well. I feel like most of the time, there's sometimes when you saw it in the playthrough, that both people could just have a ton of cards in their hand and everyone is absolutely useless to them. That can happen, but most of the time you've got something that you can do. You've got an interesting decision to be made in how you're going to play your cards, how you're going to give them to your opponents, because this is special for a 2-player game, I should say, as well, that I did in the playthrough, where you both play your cards and then you decide, do you want to pass the cards on to the other player or do you want to discard one first? In a 3 or more player game, one person is the captain and everybody draws their cards and then plays them as normal. All of their discards then go to the captain and he gets the choice from basically the things everybody else didn't want, but he gets a ton of choice from them because all the other players are passing them to him. And that seems like an interesting way to play. I can't speak for that yet because I haven't tried it, but the 2-player game I think works really well. It's a really nice way of drafting, and it just adds another layer of decision into the game. So, yeah, as I said up front, I really, really enjoyed this game, and I think it's definitely one to check out. So that's Oceanos, and thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you for the next game. Bye.